Hey guys, Ray again. Today I'm going to finish up the modifications to this trailer, a utility trailer from Harbor Freight turned into a boat trailer. If you're curious how this all got started, I'll put a list of the videos in the description of this video, and you'll see a card pop up in the upper right. So I'm modifying this trailer. The last thing I've got left to do, a few finishing touches, one of which is the bow yoke. Now, my father-in-law had this gigantic bow yoke, but I got it for nothing. So I'm going to use it, and I'm going to put this right about here. I'm going to mount it. And one thing that I did not get, on video is cutting these plates. These are water jet plates. You've seen me water jet 100 times before. Even in the last video, part 2, I did some water jetting, so I just water jet these plates. And I'm going to put it on to hold that bow yoke. Now the way it's going to work is I'm going to put one of these plates on each side, like there, and it's going to hold the bow yoke in place, but there's an issue. The issue is my tube here is 2 inches square, this bow yoke is 4 inches wide. But I got a solution, as you know I often do. The solution is a couple of aluminum spacers. I'm going to show you how this goes together. So what you saw there was me cutting and assembling these threaded rods. They're about 6 inches long. I've got 4 inches of material, so that leaves me about 1 inch on each side. So first plate goes on with 2 spacers. That'll set one plate 2 inches off of one side, the other plate 2 inches off the other side. Should be enough room for my yoke. Alright, now I'm going to show you a little close-up of this whole thing, because from that angle you can't really see how it's set up. But I need a strap for my strap winch. Here's something I did not know about these strap winches. When you buy them, they don't come with the strap. You have to buy the strap separately. And they're designed with very heavy straps. So this is an old, is a strap from an old ratchet tie-down. It's a thinner web. It's 2 inches wide, so it'll fit in there perfectly. I cut the old hook off and I put a snap ring hook on this. That's going to come in handy when I put my bow eye on. Let's put it on. Well, that looks like it's going to work perfectly, but why don't we find out right here in the shop to see how it's going to work. Not really a true life test, but sort of like a little test. I'm going to push her back some. Maybe I'll push her back a little bit more. All right, she's pushed back now, ready to fall off. Well, that looks like it's gonna work out pretty good. I still have one more roller to put on right under this portion right here where that front bar of the trailer is. But that looks pretty good. So you probably want to take a look at this getup. I'm gonna go ahead and film a little bit of a close-up on that. Take a look. All right, you saw it from this side. There's the bow yoke and mounting plates and the bolts. Now you can see it from this angle. So you can see those aluminum spacers on either side of that 2-inch square that hold the plates out far enough so that it'll hug the large yoke. All right, before I install these, I wanted to cover what you saw me doing on the machine, on the milling machine. So you see, I took these corners off. I made them radiuses. And the reason is, if you had sharp corners like this, sticking up, even though theoretically they should never hit, I think you're tempting fate to put a hole in your boat. Now this boat, it's got a 1/2-inch bottom, so I'm not really concerned. But it'll damage the finish, and it's something I gotta worry about. So why not just avoid the issue, the potential issue, and I took the corners off. And I've done this with a lot of the other ones, but these front brackets, and they're made out of 1/4-inch thick 3x3 aluminum angle. Why? Because that's what I had lying around. I had some aluminum angle. Doesn't cost me anything, I already had it, so I'm gonna use that. So the last thing is I put 4 holes in here. You didn't see that, obviously. Drilling holes, not particularly exciting. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this, and it should be ready. All right, so we've got this in place. One little detail that I failed to show you in parts 1 and 2. You saw me making these shafts in part 1. They're stainless steel shafts. And I drilled a couple of holes. The reason for those holes is for a couple of cotter pins here. That's gonna keep the shafts from sliding and falling out. Otherwise, the shafts can just fall out of the rollers. So I'm just gonna put these in here. All right, well there it is. And in typical fashion, like the other rollers, have got a little end play so that the roller doesn't bind. Rolls nice and free. Now I've got something to hold the bow up while I'm putting pressure with the strap winch. All right, time to take the boat home, and for that I'm gonna use this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna tow the boat with my bike. However, this bike most certainly can handle it without a problem. Let me go get serious and bring the SUV around to tow this thing. Well, there you have it. The trailer works great. You saw me launch and retrieve the boat, and I couldn't do this closing at the ramp because the ramp is very busy, so I had to get out of the way quickly. But I do see that I'm going to have some issues with the lights in the future. Probably something I need to take care of because those lights, they took on a bunch of water. Not a big deal. I can always replace those. But thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And the next videos are going to be, hopefully soon, finishing the boat. Thanks.